Alright, so I got the rest of the quote-unquote stereo effects that I mentioned in the last tutorial, and those are delay, reverb, and reverser. Now, delay and reverser are pretty similar, but reverser basically is like delay, but it takes a reversed version of the sound. So if you have a drummer, like a transient, like a marimba, instead of playing the exact same version of the sound but quieter, it'll take it and reverse it and then do it. I'll start with delay, I guess, before I get to the reverser in more depth. So at the top you've got a number, which is the time value for the delays. That's the time between each delay. So if you have it set to milliseconds, it could be basically any time between 10 milliseconds, which is like that kind of rhythm sort of timbre you get when there's a lot of delays played very quickly at the same time, and 5 seconds, which is very long. Or you could sync the time to the host tempo and then snap it to quarter notes, triplet quarter notes, eighth notes, triplet eighth notes, or 16th notes, triplet 16th notes, or 30-second notes. That's a lot of notes. Yes. Wisdom. And then you have the numerator on top. So if I sync it to tempo and say 4/4, it would be one delay per beat. So it'd be like, I'm at 174 because I'm a drum and bass head. It'd be tap, 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 except getting quieter every time. The only time it wouldn't be getting quieter every time is when feedback is set to 100, and basically what happens then is the delay will just keep playing and it won't get quieter. It'll just keep playing and playing and playing and playing. What ping pong does, it'll swap the left and right channels when the delays play. Duck will make the delays quieter when the sound is still playing. So if you have something like a saw wave and you're playing the saw wave while it's playing, the delays won't be heard as much. But after the saw wave is done playing, then the delays will be audible. They'll come in and you'll be able to hear them. Pan will just set the actual panning of the delay. It's not quite the same thing as ping pong. It's just, sending it to the left speaker or right speaker, and you can mix it in. Thing about this is it's completely wet to completely dry. So if it's 100%, you'll only hear the delayed sound, and if it's at 0, you won't hear any delayed sound. I don't know why they couldn't have a separate dry and wet knob. I don't know. I would prefer a dry and wet knob, but that's just me, I guess. Okay, reverb is like the best thing in the world. Wow. Okay, so decay is the time it takes for the reverb to reach 0, like complete quietness, I guess. So long decay, long reverb tail. Short decay, really short reverb tail. Alright, next we have dampen, and for some reason it took me a long time to get this, but it's pretty simple. If it basically applies a low pass filter to the signal, so if the dampen is all the way up, it'll be a really dark sounding reverb, like not a lot of high frequencies. If the dampen is off, like it is now, there won't be any quietness, like the high frequencies won't be attenuated at all, so it'll be a bright reverb. And you can use this in conjunction with the early reflections knob, and if you have it at a higher value, you'll get a brighter reverb. So if you have no dampening and all early reflections, you're going to get a really bright reverb. Width is a stereo width of the sound. Size, now basically a really simple explanation of reverb is it's simulating a virtual room. It's simulating a room, and the size is the size of the room. It's pretty simple. So small size, like a closet. It says in the bottom left, by the way, if you wonder where I'm getting these from. And church, not my words. I love when I say it's so attractive. Mix is nothing you haven't seen before. Very cool. Very nice. Haha. And reverser is delays weird ass cousin, it takes the sound and it plays them in reverse, like a delay. So if I just play this marimba sample that I got, and this marimba sample is from the factory library of sounds in Faceplant, by the way. I got it from, I forget, I think I got it from Transients. Yeah, it's marimba from Transients. If I just play this lovely ass marimba, that coming back up to max volume wasn't in the original sound. That was the reverser playing the sound in reverse. And the thing about the reverser is it only plays it once after. It's not like the delay where you can set the feedback amount. It's just a one-off. Crossfade is something that delay doesn't have, but what it does is it smooths out the sound to prevent clicks, because something that happens when you take a sound and it goes from max volume to zero volume very fast is it creates a click sound, and that's what most transients are. It's loud to soft really fast, and crossfade will get rid of the clicks basically. And then just like the delay, you have the time setting. You can sync it to the host tempo, or you can just set it in generic milliseconds. And then you have the mix knob, which will mix it in just like the delay. And that's my tutorial. Thank you for watching. I hope you give me a nice good grade on this project. Yeah.